Swippy92 here with some gaming news. Well, it has been a while since I've given you some gaming news, but it's about time now. And we're talking about Contraband, a new game coming from Avalanche Studios. And it was revealed at E3 with this trailer. That's basically all we got at the E3 presentation. Now some more information has been revealed, but we'll be getting into that in just a few seconds. First, let's take a look at the trailer to see, because we do get some hints as to what the game is about. For example, that map, these photos that say it's a co-op and open world. This sounds very intriguing. Sounds like the Division type of game. And of course we have the cars here, the tools and weapons, the guy doing something with the car, and the very muddy Jeep, I should say. Now, and then we get to this beautiful crate here that says Contraband. Now, let's move on to the article in question. This is from Windows Central. Xbox's Project Typhoon revealed. Avalanche's Contraband is an action-packed heist 'em up. After months of rumors, we finally know what Avalanche and Xbox are working on. Now, Avalanche revealed their rumored Project Typhoon title as part of an exclusive collaboration with Xbox. Contraband is an action-packed heist 'em up where teams of up to 4 players plan out and execute smuggling runs across a fictional island off the South Asian coast. Sounds very intriguing. I do like it, as well as the location, South Asian coast. I mean, that's not very... Well, we're not in Asia too much. Action-packed, fun, and spectacular smuggler's sandbox game. That's how they describe the game, internally at least. And sounds intriguing. I mean, smuggler's game? I never played a smuggler's game. The closest I get to that is like Grand Theft Auto missions, but that's not the same thing, really. Now, this is a part that makes me kind of hesitant, or feel wary about the game, or whatever you want to call it. Can't find the right word here. Anyway, Contraband takes familiar elements from the likes of Sea of Thieves and mixes it with some Avalanche sandbox explosiveness. Gadgets, guns, vehicles, both on and off land, are all crucial to a successful smuggling run, and players will be able to build up teams with other players in online social hubs. Now, the Sea of Thieves elements kind of strikes me as, well, both good and bad. Now, Sea of Thieves, I like the game, I have played it, and it has to be played with friends or other players, definitely. But I don't like the PvP open world in that, because I do hate getting some loot and then maybe you're going back to sell it, and then you get attacked by other players, and then suddenly you have those 2 or 3 or 4 players after you the whole time, and they just blow you up, even if you have no loot, and they just blow you up, and then they continue on and hunt for you again when you come back. It takes me... I hate that, honestly. But Sea of Thieves, on the surface, as a fun co-op game, is nice, very nice, and it has some nice elements that I hope they take, and some elements that they leave, mainly the PvP. If they want to have the PvP, I would say have an on and off feature, sort of like turn off PvP or something like that. But as they describe the game further, that might not be feasible. They describe guns as a last resort, however, both for you and enemies. This is a game all about theft and smuggling, and blowing up your vehicles will destroy your stolen goods, which is not exactly what the military and enemy gangs want. They will instead instead attempt to shunt you off the road using Avalanche's excellent vehicular combat prowess, prevalent in Rage 2 and Mad Max. Very interesting. When enemies use weapons, it's more often to do with creating roadblocks for the players, or for the player, such as setting up checkpoints and shooting out tires. Now, if the military sounds like they are an NPC AI enemy, but enemy gangs, if they are players, I don't think turning off PvP is feasible in the game. But if enemy gangs can be used or can be AI enemies, then no problem there. But I do hope that it's PvE. I mean, Avalanche is not exactly known for making PvP games. As far as I know, there's no PvP in either Rage 2, Mad Max, or Just Cause games. So I hope we won't have any of that. And if there is PvP, I hope it's on a separate server that does not interfere with this PvE smuggling part of the game, because this sounds very intriguing to me. Now, the last bit I want to touch on is, I'm a bit on the fence about that, except for this first part though. Your vehicle is your most important tool, both offensively and defensively, packing a wealth of utility as you plan and execute smuggling runs. That is very nice. I do like that your vehicle is a very important tool that you can customize and customize to your liking and do different things. I wonder if the host or the leader of the team it's his vehicle you will use, or you can actually choose which vehicle you use. Maybe you can choose between either player's vehicles, or maybe it automatically chooses the highest leveled player's vehicle or something like that. Anyway, the last tidbit here is, as a service game, Contraband will evolve with new features and challenges to keep the gameplay loop fresh over time. Now, I'm guessing they mean live service game. And live service game, apart from the Division 1 and 2 and Destiny 2, I don't have too much experience with live service games, but I have seen plenty of live service games just crash and burn. I did try out the Avengers game, but I didn't buy the game. I only tried the demo and it left me wanting more things in the game, that is. There's so many live service games these days that they focus much on the wrong things. They call Outriders is not a live service game, but they have the same kind of problems as many live service games have, namely loot and balancing. We will just have to see how the balancing and loot will work in this game. I'm guessing these things you are smuggling will give you money, and then with the money you can upgrade your vehicles, buy guns, tools and other things that you can use to, well, execute better and harder things. Now, it's also a sandbox open world game, so I wonder if that means you can stake out the place you wanna heist first and check security cameras, guards, patrol routes, exits and all that, or if you just buy I hope many of these heist games or similar games like Grand Theft Auto 5, you already have a map. There's just a map there over the place that you want to rob. I guess you could possibly buy a map in this game using the money you get from heists and buy new maps, and then yeah, do a heist on those places if you want. Now I do hope that there is some kind of stakeout things you can do, maybe even go into the building when it's open in the day, and then like check out how the layout is, not just from a blueprint perspective but also from a real-time perspective, where you in first person check out the layout and check where there are things that you want to, maybe you want to go into that office and so on. Maybe you see something interesting. Maybe you can even swipe a security card from a person that works there and to get into the building. That would be awesome if you can actually pickpocket things to get into a building. Now I'm gonna end my video here and stop coming up with ideas for this game. That could be a whole other video. Now, as I said, I hope there won't be too much PvP in this game, but I do look forward to seeing more of this game, more information, and especially gameplay. Now, that's all from me. What do you guys think about this game? What are your thoughts? Did you like the trailer? Do you like the premise of this? Put your thoughts down in the comments. I've been Swippy92. Have a great life, and I hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye!